It's your boy, the internet's favorite loser, signing back on once again to bring you guys another video. We're back here on Borderlands 2, but the gameplay doesn't really matter as much as the conversation that I wish to have with not only the community, but with Hellfire. Because I've been wanting to pick Hellfire's brains for a little while. Luckily enough, he's actually a pretty cool guy, and he once in a while drops by my channel and leaves a comment or two, and when I react to his videos and stuff like that. So, and he doesn't have to do that, and I know that, and that's really cool that he interacts with smaller channels in the community. So I really appreciate that, and I know that what I'm about to ask, and like I said, I understand that a lot of people have different opinions, and that's fine. I like to discuss civilly. I like that we can all discuss civilly our opinions and our different takes on things, because I just enjoy feeling a part of this community. I love the Borderlands community, love the Borderlands 2 community, but I'm also kind of branching out. I want to play Borderlands 1. I've been playing Borderlands 1 with my wife on the channel, you guys seen. And I've been playing Borderlands 3 again. I've also tried to play the pre-sequel, and I made a video on why I think that's the worst game in the series. There is no end game. What are you going to do with your max level character that you feel can destroy everything? You're going to kill EOS for the 1,000th time? You're going to kill Irizira and farm some thingies so you can grind them in the grinder? Oh yes. This thing. It's more gray. It's a... Alright, what about Pity's Fall? Oh god, it's all just fucking gray. Look at it. Look at it. It's brown, red, gray. Okay, let's go. There's got to be one dude. There's got to be one environment that's not fucking gray. All right, there's got to be one. Titan's facility, the industrial facility, and Felicity. It's fucking gray. It's just gray, dude. And I added. I can't speak English. I tagged, I guess I should say, Hellfire in that video because I was hoping, I wanted to get his take on my thoughts on the pre-sequel, because I really do think that the pre-sequel is the worst game in the series. And like I said, I made a video and I went through multiple of my reasons on why I think it's the weakest and just overall the most depressing game in the series. But today I wanted to talk about why does Borderlands 3 get so much hate? I've been playing it again, and I've actually been really enjoying it. Look, I understand that there's no rocket jumping. I understand that the story a lot of people think is weak. And I get it, right, in a sense. Hold on, I get it. But honestly, a lot of people that I've talked to say, oh, I don't like the story because it's too like meta, where it's talking about like basically like the Calypsos are streamers and like the Echo Net, and but is it, I mean, like, I actually kind of like, as I was going back through it, yeah, it's kind of childish, yeah, it's kind of kiddie, but I actually didn't mind it that much. Did this motherfucker really drop me 2 Berserker class Uranus, come on now. Let's step it up, bro. What the fuck is that? Really? You dropped me 2 pearls the last run that I'm not recording, and then this run you dropped me a Berserker class mod, and is this one... Okay, I was about to say, is that one off level? What is that, bro? Come on. But anyway, back on topic. The Calypsos, I actually, when I was playing back through, I don't mind them as villains. They're like annoying and snarky and assholey. They're not Jack, right? They're not Jack. I understand that, but we'll never have another Jack. I'm telling you that for a fact. We'll never ever have another Jack. But were they really that bad? I don't think so. As I was playing through the story, I actually kind of laughed a little bit. So, apart from a couple things that can't be forgiven, the way Maya dies is stupid. I didn't like how they could steal powers and shit like that. So obviously, there's some things I don't like. I didn't like how Maya got killed off. I didn't like, I absolutely do not like Ava. So I don't like that they tried so hard with Ava. I hate Ava's character. All right, but is it? I thought the DLCs were pretty damn good. All right, I liked the casino. I like that one. I like the. I thought. I'm struggling to really think of a weak DLC. I know there's probably one, right? I enjoyed pretty much all the endgame bosses and stuff like that. Do I think legendaries drop a little bit too much? Kinda. I do think that legendaries kind of just fall out of people's asses sometimes. But then again, Borderlands 1 was somewhat similar. Borderlands 1 didn't have any real lootable sources, any kind of like dedicated drops, right? Borderlands 1, like you would farm Craw, he would drop 1,000 legendaries. You would farm Craw and the armory mainly for you know, pearlescence, and I really enjoyed that, right? I actually really love Borderlands 1. And but why though, right? What made Borderlands, why do people forgive Borderlands 1 so much, right? Because it was the first, because Borderlands 1 story, I mean, yeah, it had some cool characters. We got the characters that we know and love now, but Borderlands 1 story really that strong? The Destroyer is a terrible boss fight for like a final boss. But yet people hold Borderlands 1 in such high regard. And I get it. Borderlands 1 is probably one of my favorite games of all time. But why is that we forgive it? I'm just trying to pick people's brains here. Alright, that's all I want. I want to pick people's brains. And I would love for Hellfire to answer that. Why do we forgive Borderlands 1, but then we shit all over Borderlands 3, when Borderlands 3 is a pretty damn good game if you look at the overall scope of things? Yes, there's no rocket jumping. Yes, there's some questionable design choices. Yes, the story isn't the best, but I would put it right there, like, it's alright. But isn't the gameplay super good? Like, the gameplay is super smooth for me. Like, I love the gameplay. I mean, even if you look at Borderlands 1's DLC, General Knox's Armory was the only one that gave us any endgame. I mean, you could technically count Underdome as endgame, but nobody wants to play Underdome. Right? I'll once in a while play Underdome just to play around with builds and stuff, but you can't really count that. Like, that's not really that good either. But then you got the Revolution, which reused a lot of bosses, and then you got what's the the Halloween one, which I actually liked. I actually liked the Halloween one. But I'll throw the Halloween one in to the good section. So, but two DLCs, one reuses bosses and has a pretty okay boss fight, right? Like with the giant claptrap, Manic or whatever his name is. But why do we forgive Borderlands 1 and hold it in such high regard, and then we shit all over Borderlands 3? I just don't understand why we forgive that game and then we shit all over 3, which has actually really good endgame content, really decent DLCs, really good DLCs, and then an okay story, and I thought the villains weren't actually terrible playing through it. Yeah, they're a little annoying, but isn't that what they're supposed to be? They're hitting the nail where they're supposed to, like, be hitting it. And obviously, I think it's a a minuscule set of people that don't like Borderlands 3, because if you check on Steam, they got really decent, like, they're in very positive review range. So Why is it that we shit on it when Borderlands 1, and again, Borderlands 1 would probably be my number 2. So yeah, I just want to hear like what you guys think, and I'm not like, look, I don't want to start causing hate or division or whatever you want to say. This is not like let's hate on games or whatever. Like I just want to, like I said, Borderlands 1 I would hold in very, very good regard. Like Borderlands 1 is my number 2. I love Borderlands 2. I love the gameplay loop of Borderlands 2 a lot. So I'm just trying to just we shit on 3 and then we love 1. 2 I have no complaints. I don't have any complaints on 2. I couldn't give you a single complaint on 2, to be honest with you. But I mean, yeah, I'm off the top of my head. Obviously, there is complaints, right? There's the scaling for OP10 is terrible. OP10 in general is fucking terrible. The overpowered levels in general, I don't much care for. I don't really like the overpowered levels. There's some really bad DLC in this game as well. The Waddle Gobbler, Grandma Torg, fucking Hammerlock's DLC that gave us, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with the Hammerlock DLC. I like it, but I also don't like it because it's the same. It's all samey. It's like gray. It's the same complaints that I had for the pre-sequel. The pre-sequel has no endgame content other than EOS and the Claptrap DLC in general. Then it has its own version of the Underdome, which everybody pretty much consensus says that everybody hates the Underdome. I'm right there with you. The Underdome can fuck off. I don't really care for it. But I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, I'm playing through it again, and I'm just trying to figure it out. Yes, it's... Like I said, if the main thing is the story, it doesn't ruin the game for me. I love the parkour mechanics. I love being able to ledge grab and... Dude, having what is it, a Victory Rush Snowdrift Victory Rush, and just sliding around at the speed of sound, like, I enjoy that too. Like, yeah, that's the only that's the only movement mechanic that we have for speed, really. And yes, like I said, I do miss rocket jumping and grenade jumping. You can't really do that in that game. But do we just hate it because it's different than 2? Like, gameplay wise? What is exactly making people hate it? Because I'm really trying to get into that, like, the mindset of people. Like, what are we seeing? What is the consensus? Like, what is the real big issue here? Because if it's just story, then I don't... How many people actually just play Borderlands for the story? I'm gonna be honest. As much as I love Jack, after I've beaten this game, after I've beaten 2, God, I've beaten 2 too many times. I'm not really listening to the story anymore. I'm just kind of moving and going through and enjoying the playthrough. I'm really not listening to Jack. I'm doing commentary, or I'm making stupid little jokes or whatever. So I'm not really playing for the story anymore. And I didn't really play for the story back then. I was mainly just playing because it was my favorite loot shooter. And Borderlands 2 improved on Borderlands 1 in every sense of the word. So I think that's about it. I'm gonna have to try to edit this video to where it's not just a rambling mess, because I'm trying to get infinite money shot to work. What the Where you going? But yeah, I would like to get everybody's opinions. I would like to hear what everybody thinks. If Hellfire can get around to it, I would like to hear what he thinks as well. Absolutely. So what do we get for our last round? Oh, we got a Slagga. Nice, nice. That's... And yeah, not being able to farm chests in Borderlands 3 is kind of shit too. Like, or chests like are on a time. But honestly, legendaries drop so much that it's just not even funny. So maybe as I continue to play through it again, I don't know. I think a lot of the issues that Borderlands 3 had was kind of fixed by the end. So I would like to hear why everybody dislikes Borderlands 3 now. Anyway, it's been the internet's favorite loser. Signing off. Till next time, my friends. Goodbye and good night. Thank you for watching. And yes, I know, I'm an idiot. Peace out, guys.